Obesity, a disease of struggle, stigma, and limitations. And for many, as our obesity grows, our lives become more limited, our health declines, physical activity becomes harder, and we find our daily schedules exhausting. Dr. Lindsey Sharp, one of the 3 surgeons, decided to start a training program for any patient to train and prepare for Sprint Triathlons that's sponsored through their hospital's facilities that he and his partners also participate in.
So I got the patients involved 2 years ago, and we just started by throwing out the invitation to put together some relay groups. And the first year we had about 7 relays. It was a mixture of patients and some of their family members. And I think we had 1 or 2 patients do the whole triathlon themselves that first year. And it was a huge success. I think everybody enjoyed it. And so I thought, well, for the next year, let's get started early, and we'll get a trainer involved to help people prepare to be more successful, and maybe take some of those folks who have done the relay and let them advance to do the whole triathlon themselves. You know, my patients and everything that they've had to go through with preparing for surgery and succeeding in the long run. And I thought, you know, here's a new challenge to help make exercise interesting, or keep it interesting. And what a great feeling that they would have also in completing the challenge.
Kathy, Candarie, and Mike are all several years post-surgery, so they've lost their initial weight and are now working hard to maintain.
My name is Kathy, and I had surgery in March of 2012. I had gastric bypass, and I've lost about 150 pounds. Before my surgery, my life was very limited. I was at home a lot. Everything was a struggle. Everything. Carrying that weight around was extremely difficult. I was doing no exercise at all because I was exhausted all the time. And my life has totally changed post-surgery. But if anyone would have told me that almost 7 years ago, I would now be training and participating in triathlon sprints, I would have never believed that, because my life was very limited. I just couldn't do anything. I was held down by the weight.
My name is Candarie Dawkins. I had the duodenal switch, known as the DS, in November of 2013. I did have struggles. I was having medical problems along with limited exercise. If you want to call watching TV exercise, that I was doing. I was carrying around around 300 pounds, and it was very difficult for me just to get up and walk to the car, to get from the car to my house, to go from my house to the mailbox. It was just a struggle. Every step I would make, I would have to stop, and it was difficult in breathing because I would give out of air. With the exercise, like I said, it was just very difficult to get around, so I did not do any exercise before the surgery. After the surgery, I have just really gained my life back. I'm doing triathlons now and training for triathlons. I just feel like I can't get enough exercise now. I get up in the mornings and do about 3 miles before I go to work in the mornings. And if I have enough time in the afternoons, I'll go back to the gym and exercise again in the afternoons.
My name is Mike Ellis. I had gastric bypass surgery in October 2012. So today I lost around 225 pounds. At my heaviest I was 455. Wow. Before surgery, I did start an exercise routine where I would go to the gym and I would walk on the treadmill for like 30 minutes. Being that heavy, I couldn't do any running because I was afraid I might tear a ligament or hurt my knee or whatever. So I did start an exercise regimen before surgery, which I really believe helped me during and after surgery. So afterwards, I took off the month that they told me to. But immediately after that, I started a regular exercise routine where I'll go to the gym 3-4 days a week, and I would still walk on the treadmill, lift weights, do elliptical, and really just try to stay active 3 or 4 days out the week after surgery. So the weight was falling off. I kept it off, and then a few months ago, it was like, hey, would you try to do a triathlon? And I was like, sure, why not? It's a challenge. It gets you doing something other than just your regular workout routine.
You know, I think in the first year things are very exciting. The first year after surgery, and folks are losing weight, and it's a lot easier to stay motivated to do exercise as you're seeing, you know, a lot of weight loss. And then once you get 1 to 2 years out from surgery, it's all about maintaining that weight, and sometimes exercise becomes less interesting, more of a chore. So if you have a goal that you're working towards, you know, an event that you're going to participate in, it makes training more interesting. But I think the biggest part of doing the triathlons is preparation. And I think the same is true with the bariatric surgery. The more prepared you are, the better outcome you're going to have, the easier recovery. So we just approach it just like that. You know, we get started early, we train on the different elements, and the folks that I was actually concerned might have a harder time completing the triathlon did great. So I think the more you put into it, the easier it's going to be on the back end.
I knew that Dr. Sharp and Dr. Nong were doing triathlons. Dr. Sharp started to gather a group of patients and say, let's just start to do it. Let's start to get ready. So the first year, my husband and I participated, and we did the bike. And I thought I was prepared, but I really was not prepared. I had a bike that was not really street friendly, and I was exhausted at the end of it. But it made me realize that I could do more. And the fact that the practice and the doctor that helped me to get my life back was willing to put his time in and was helping all his patients and all the patients in the practice put this together was enough reason for myself and my husband to want to work harder and participate. We felt like, why not? You know, he feels like we can do this, and we felt like we could do this, and we wanted to be part of the same group of people that were also working hard, that had lost weight together. And so this year we decided we would do the full Sprint Triathlons under his guidance, and he brought in trainers, and that helped a real lot.
And I heard about the triathlon through Dr. Sharp. I'm like Kathy, I come to all the support group meetings. And last year he had approached me, and I kind of backed out last year, and he kept encouraging me to come on and do it. And he kept telling me, you only have to do one leg. And I said, but I'm not an athlete. He said, you don't have to be, just, you know, go for it. So, because he was so, I guess, to the point where he believed that I could do it, it made me start believing I could do it. So I started coming to the support group meetings where he had a trainer come out, tell us what we needed to do, the clothing we needed to wear, and how to start training for it. So I started training with the others in the group. And when the time came for the mock, I went ahead and did the mock, and I said, oh, I really can do this.
There was an email from Dr. Sharp that I saw. And again, I was looking for a challenge anyway. I said, okay, you're just doing a regular workout routine. So I came to the meeting, like what I heard from Rodney, the trainer. And I was like, okay, there's something I can try. I had most of the equipment already, so I went out and bought a few extra things. And then we did the mock one in Garner. And Dr. Sharp was very instrumental in like pushing and encouraging the people that were out there. And I felt like after the race, he had told someone, he said, "Hey, Mike crushed it, and he's ready." So that gave me more energy to say, you know what, I can do this. And before the actual race and going, I was nervous. He's walking around talking, and he talked to us, during the preparation for the race. And then afterwards, he'd come up and say, "Hey, congratulations." But it's definitely been a good challenge, and he's been instrumental in helping us get there, especially bringing in the trainers and whatnot. So it's very, very helpful.
It's fun. It's fun for me. It's fun for me to see them be successful and to continue to help others be successful, and whatever I can do, whatever tools I can bring in to help that continue, then I'll continue to look for those.
Leadership is about inspiring and enabling others to do their absolute best. Dr. Sharp leads with empathy and understanding of patients, and he's able to sense and devote the time to make the patients feel safe and go outside of their comfort zone. I believe that his leadership in turn makes the patients feel courageous, confident, and able to do whatever they want. Dr. Lindsey Sharp made a difference in all our lives. He believed we could, so we did too.